We are all aware of the increase in violent crime across the UK and specifically from knife crime. And we're seeing organisations such as police forces increasing their first aid and trauma treatment training by 50%. I'd like to talk to you about a range of products here which brings training scenarios to life and makes them as real as possible. There are 3 different categories of simulated wounds that we have here. We have a couple of products here that can be used wet or dry, depending on how immersive you want your training to be. So to start with, we have a very basic, simple wound packing trainer. This can be used, as I said, wet or dry. It's quite inexpensive and it offers a level of training that is far superior to using cheap blocks of foam. Another product here that can be used wet or dry is this product. So not only can you use this to train wound packing of both a deep cut and a gunshot entry wound, but you're also able to apply a tourniquet on this product above the knee, as is best practice. The second category is what we call task trainers, and these offer a higher level of realism than the basic packing trainers, as you can attach silicone tubing through which you can run simulated blood. The first of these is a very deep laceration, and the attention to detail on these products is superb, where you can clearly see layers of muscle and fat, etc. And an important point I want to make here is that at the bottom of these wounds, it's very easy to identify through touch where the artery is. You won't find silicone tubing visible in the bottom of these wounds. The second is a gunshot wound, and inside the wound there is a bone that has gunshot damage to it. So this would be specifically appropriate for training for MTA scenarios or for authorised firearms officers in our police forces. The third category is what we call wearable wounds. So if you have the luxury of using actors, which we strongly endorse, as again, they can bring a level of realism that even the task trainers are not able to do. So the first of these is the inguinal packing trainer. So this is designed to go around the waist of the actor or a colleague, clip around the leg, and now you have a deep inguinal wound that can be packed all the way up. Again, the artery can be felt. This you can attach the silicone tubing and run the simulated blood through. The second of our wearable wounds is a tourniquet application trainer. This is also our most popular product, as it allows the application of a tourniquet onto a colleague or an actor to full tightness without any risk of injury to themselves. And this is simply placed on the arm, it is clipped around the back, and then you can take a tourniquet. This can be applied around the trainer, it can be pulled tight, and then you can tighten the tourniquet up to what would be full occlusion on a casualty with very little harm to me and minimal discomfort. The feedback we receive from this product from many clients is they were surprised how hard it was to apply a tourniquet. So instead of the scenario-based training where perhaps you would say, pretend the bleeding has stopped, or yes, okay, pretend it's tight enough, with this product you can apply a tourniquet to full pressure. That is critical in the application of tourniquets. With this product, as with the inguinal and the task trainers, there is a pipe which you can connect silicone tubing to and run the simulated blood through. And this pipe runs underneath the arm, and when you then tighten the tourniquet, it will crush the pipe until no more of the simulated blood can emit from this aperture here. So again, you're improving realism because they can tighten the tourniquet to full tightness. If they don't tighten it tight enough, the blood will continue to run. A very important part of training the treatment of catastrophic hemorrhage or significant bleeding is not just the wounds themselves, but simulated blood and simulated hemostatic gauzes. So this blood was specifically developed for the United States military. It is a non-toxic, water-based simulated blood that will not stain. It has a certain viscosity to it, which is very close to human blood. These Z-Fold simulated hemostatic gauzes are impregnated with a clotting agent. So when used with these trainers, and the blood will give a simulated hemostasis that you would see with real hemostatic gauzes. Again, this is critical. These are a fraction of the cost of real hemostatic gauzes. They also don't stink, and they will not make a mess of the wounds as you would find with real gauzes. So a key part of trauma training, keep it real. Another great feature of these wounds is that they're made from silicone. So if over time damage occurs, you can mend them with clear silicone. It's very, very simple. These products are used by many organisations amongst the emergency services in the UK, but we are fast coming to realise that it is not adequate just for emergency personnel to be trained in the treatment of catastrophic hemorrhage. These items are extremely robust and will last for many, many years. So whilst there is an initial outlay, which may seem high, our question to you is, can you afford not to make your training as real as it should be?